I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute.
Hi everybody, this is T-Shot here. I'm going to do a tutorial today on something I find really useful. It's this Pokebattler website. So I use this to do raid simulations to figure out how many people I need for a raid. So in order to use this tool, we want to go to raids down here or up in the top. And so this will bring up the list of the current bosses. I'm going to click on Landorus as an example. There it is. So when you scroll down, you're going to see a bunch of options. So this is loading a simulation. It's not quite loaded yet. I'm going to scroll down, and down here you see the weather. I have it set to windy. It's what it was yesterday here for me, so I'm going to change that back. And no friendship bonus, so this is if you were going to solo a boss. So it's calculating raid results, so it's going to bring up a list of the bosses, and as I just showed, there's a tab that shows Mega Pokemon. I have them disabled. So you see here, Mamoswine, there's an estimator on it, 1.84. So that would mean if 6 people, if you had one person with a team of 6, of these Shadow Mamoswines, it would take 1.84 people, so you could duo it, and the time to win here just shows if it's under 600, you can do it with 2 people. So if you don't need to use just one of these, you could go with a team of 6 of each one of these top Pokemon here. Say you would have an estimator of over 2, so it wouldn't be possible. So if you go down here, I have it set to 20 because I've been doing solos on T3s, so if I kick that up to 40, and I have this dodging set, so I have to get rid of the dodging because most people don't dodge. You actually save time and DPS by not dodging. But dodging, you obviously save potions. So I'm going to click Find Best Raider. It's going to redo the simulations, and let's see what it says. So this Mamoswine went from 1.84 to 1.42, so it's much better at level 40 than 20, obviously. As I was saying, if you don't have to use 6 Shadow Mamoswines, you could use a Mamoswine, a Mewtwo, a Weevil, Glander, Maka, and if you had 2 people with a team of any of these here, so 6 Pokemon, any from this list with an estimator under 2, you could beat Landorus with just the 2 of you. And that's even without friendship. So if you click the best buddy, that would actually, the best friends tab over by the friend level function, it would actually make it more likely to win, because you get a 10% damage boost. So now I'm going to show you how I choose my teams for solos. So Glalie hasn't been giving me a lot of difficulty, so I'm going to run the simulation on that one, show you that. And so here it shows Shadow Metagross is the best counter. I don't have one. I'm just set this level to 20, because obviously I had it for 40 to just demo you the previous one. So I set it to 20 because that's about as close as I can get to a 1500 CP Pokemon. And as I was saying, the Metagross, Shadow Metagross, is the best counter. I don't have any that don't have Frustration. So my best counter right now would be my Shadow Moltres. And as you can see, they all have estimators under 1, so it should be possible to solo this boss. But I've been having a lot of difficulty, because obviously I'm using mostly PvP IV Pokemon, so they have lower attack, so it's going to take a little bit longer to beat. And as you see here, I'm highlighting the CP of 1980, so it's not even 1500. I'm using a 1500 Moltres, so obviously the estimator is going to be higher. I'd like to show here, you can even change the moveset of the boss. So I've been facing a lot of Ice Shard variants, which are the most difficult. So with Ice Shard and Avalanche, Shadow Moltres has a 0.88 estimator, which is the same whenever it has Shadow Ball. And if I go to Avalanche, it's the same. The time to win is changing by a couple seconds. If I put Frost Breath, the estimator goes even more difficult. Frost Breath with Avalanche, it's actually easier. And then anything with Gyro Ball is much easier because obviously fire types resist steel. So Frost Breath and Gyro Ball will be the ideal moveset for me to face, which I haven't found yet. So I actually failed this raid about 15 times yesterday. So it'd be nice if I could get one Gyro Ball and make it much easier. And then over here on the right, you see it shows all the movesets and their relative difficulty. With it shows 0.87 as the unknown moveset estimator, so it does the simulations and averages them for any moveset. Obviously Frost Breath and Gyro Ball being 0.82 means it's the easiest, Frost Breath Shadow Ball being the most difficult at 0.9. And so my best counter I think is actually Shadow Entei, because it resists almost every move, so the ice shards are doing a lot more damage against Moltres. So here, I've been using mine with Overheat, even though it says Flamethrower has the best chance. So it has the same estimator, but the win percent is higher on Overheat, and the time to win obviously is higher on Flamethrower because you can throw them off more often, but the total number of deaths is better for Overheat relatively. So I've been using Overheat because of the higher damage. So yeah, if I go to Moltres now, it shows the deaths also up here is 8. So this death column right here. Anything so Overheat has deaths of 8.5. So obviously you can't use a team of 8 Pokemon, you have to use 6. So if I was making a team of 6 Shadow Moltres, they would obviously faint and have to go back in, and that's not desirable because whenever you go back to lobby, when you're soloing, the boss actually regains, like, I think it's like a quarter of its health. So by re-lobbying, a lot of the time you end up losing the raid. Alright, so that has been my Pokebattler demo. If you have any questions, you can find me in the Pokemon Go Ottawa general channel. Just tag me and I'll be happy to answer your questions, obviously to help you guys finish your raids more efficiently.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.